I'm going to do my best to unpack Genesis 12 a little bit. I'm doing my best. Like I asked the first, do you have anybody in the room that does not like to rewatch movies? Anybody like that? Raise your hand, please raise your hand. I need some participation today. Okay, all right, thank you for being honest. My wife is like that. I'm like, let's watch this movie. She's like, no, I've already seen it. And I'm like, I know, but it's good. Like, it's good, we should watch this again. She goes, I don't want to watch it. Let's watch this movie. And I'm like, this doesn't make logical sense to me. We're going to watch a movie that may not be good in favor of a one that we know is good. That doesn't make sense to me. But she's like, I already know what's going to happen. So as I'm getting into Genesis 12 today, I'm trying my best to not jump ahead in Abraham's life and get into the stuff that's going to come. I want to live in Genesis 12 with you all as we talk about taking this journey with God. And today's really just about taking that first step with him. So let's look at Genesis 12 together, the first few verses of it. Genesis 12, verses 1-3, it says this: the Lord said to Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and go to the land that I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you and make you famous. You will be a blessing to others. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who treat you with contempt. All the families on earth will be blessed through you. This is the beginning of this interaction between God and Abram. And man, let's just get real for a second. That's a really big ask, right? Could you imagine going home and telling people in your family like, hey, pack up everything. We're moving away from everything we've known. And it's like, where are we going? And it was like, I don't know yet. You know, that's not going to land very well, I think, to the people that are around you. That's a really big ask. I think sometimes we read scripture, and because if we've been around church for very long, you know, or even if we haven't, like we have this idea of like Bible people deserve up on this pedestal, you know what I mean? And it's wild to me that we do that I do that, because if you read throughout their life, you realize they were just normal people with lots of really broken places in their life. You know, they were just normal human beings. I told you, we get excited. I told you, you know. Bryce is back there breaking stuff right now, like excited. No, he's out front, never mind. Somebody's breaking stuff. Good news is, it's like, man, like you know, this is, as parents, you know when you're in a restaurant, or if you have young kids, you know when you hear a kid cry and it's not yours, how relieving that is? I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Somebody broke something in the back and I'm on video camera, I was nowhere near it, you know, so I cannot get in trouble for that. But in Genesis, you know, he's reaching out to Abram, and this is a really big ask. Okay, this is a big ask for him to be able to do that. But let's don't over spiritualize this. Let's don't miss it. It's just there's a human being that's answering this call. Okay, like this is a really big ask. And don't look at it and think, well, we know the movie that we've already seen and we know how this is going to end. Land back in this moment where God comes to him and says, leave your native country, which means leave everything you've ever known, leave your relatives, which means leave your support system, and leave your father's family, which leave your reputation, leave all of those things and go to a land that I will show you to go to. Leave all of that stuff that is comfortable and go to something that I will show you. You know, I think one of the purpose of this message, I think, according to what Kyle put out, was just some practical steps for us as we're trying to start this journey with God. Because every journey starts with a step, right? It starts with just the first step. You've got to make the first one before you can do anything else. So the first practical thing that I want us to process when it comes to just following God on this journey is, man, you need to focus on the promises that he gives you, and you need to focus on the problems and pain that are going to come along this journey. Focus on the promises, but also focus on the problems or the pain that is going to come on this journey. Because we know if you watch any good movie that you watch, like of those journeys they go on, what they get to at the end is celebrated and embraced largely because of who they became throughout the course of that journey.